On the street. Lovely. That's an achievement. Car. Doesn't look awful. You calling this car this clunker a swallow? There, you see, you've already completely forgotten about work, and I'm more worried about my car. Oh no, I will not sit in that thing. Why? It's old. It looks like it's gonna fall apart. When was the last time you even cleaned it? That other car definitely will not fall apart. I promise. Sure, it looks old, but it's never let me down. Well, I guess I'll take your word for it. Okay, what have we got to lose? Let's go. On the road. Yes, they are. You know, this isn't so bad after all. This car of yours might look a bit clumsy, but the ride is quite smooth. Heater works well. It's so warm in here, you wouldn't think it's winter. This is so much better than going by bus. Buses are terrible. That might have been him, sorry. Whatever. Noisy, smelly, surrounded by strangers, you get crowded in. It's just the two of us here in the car, and we're free to go wherever and do whatever we choose. Much better than the bus. This is like anti-public transit propaganda. That's not all. We've got all the comforts of modern living, even when on the road. Here you go. Have a thermos of warm coffee. Oh, super. Thank you. On the tour in another city. It is here that we force the invaders to retreat. Though on the verge of defeat, a valiant effort by our troops turned the tide against our foes, but at an enormous cost. Then a group of only 3 people made for the whole battle, more than all the others put together. Wow, turns out you're pretty smart. How do you know all this? Are you interested in history? Oh no, I just pass a lot of time playing the shooter, Doll of Cootie. The horror. I feel like these are like representations of actual places. I'm kind of curious, like, what did they antsy up here? Oh, here's a situation like in the TV series. You know the one where the old man tells how his leg was cut off in the war? Not cut off, blown off by a shell. It's a very sad story in general. Yeah, it made me cry a lot when he tried to get up and saw his foot off to the side. I don't understand anything. It was a very dramatic moment. I can't handle drama. I mean, look at these guys. They should have learned to shoot better. He's a dick. I mean, you know, I was rooting for this guy. Now he's just turned into an asshole. Right, you crossed the line there. I've got just the thing for that. Hey, what are you doing? Put that down. Oh, no, you don't. Get back here and accept your punishment like a man. It's for making insensitive jokes during a tragic scene. Where did she get a frying pan? Did she just carry that? I'm confused. Wait, this will turn to its own tragic scene if you hit me on the head with a frying pan. Where'd you pull that? Oh, okay. It's actually an issue. Alright. Where'd you pull that from anyway? Hammerspace? I haven't heard that term. I haven't heard that term in a very long time. Was it a fry pan in your hands a minute ago? Didn't you know the girl's handbag is actually bottomless? You never know what it's got in there. Now stop trying to change the subject and get back here. You're not going to try to hit me anymore, right? You know I will. Yeah, I'll pass on that. I'll stay right here, thank you. Oh, yes you will. It'll get even worse if you don't. Nope. Oh, really? I'll just have to get you later. Art. Wow, I remember this picture. This piece is from one of the most significant battles in history. A lot of locals and ancestors that fought in this battle. The armistice agreed upon afterward to help bring about a long period of peace and prosperity. What, more Doll of Cootie? No. Those are only about modern wars. Where'd you learn all of this? Seriously, I want to know. Do you have history books at home? Oh no, see, I don't just play Doll of Cootie. I have a lot of historical games too. I particularly like the strategy war games. You really are a hopeless case after all. Looks like a storefront. Wow, this okay. Well, this cafe still exists. Let's check it out. Here? Doesn't look very decent. What do you mean? It's the best place in town. What? Is this one of those places you've been in your games? Certainly looks old enough. I think she'll tell me a story that back in the Stone Age, a quirky local businessman entertained the people with a mammoth show right at this very spot. Is that what you think of me? I don't just sit around playing computer games, you know. Yeah, you also sit around watching movies and TV shows. I get it already. Hey, don't be like that. I came to this cafe many years ago. I even remember the name of it. Tavern. That's descriptive. Well, it's certainly something different. We may as well go in. You can tell me about what brought you here back then. While you're at it, you can tell me why this cafe has such a strange name. In the cafe. Looks like a McDonald's. Actually, you guessed correctly. Oddly enough, this place is actually a historical building. Our people have been coming here to eat for more than a century. They also have the most delicious tea in the world. The owner's a bit nostalgic and came up with the name. It's this way to keep the place historically authentic. Like maybe in the original language this was made in, or like something Norwegian or whatever. I keep forgetting which Scandinavian country this was made or set in. Maybe it sounds more authentic in their language, but anyway. I didn't know so much about this place. How did you get here last time? Oh, it's a long story. I was very young then. I'd only just started with my freelancing. There was a customer who really wanted to meet in person. I soon found out that he wasn't actually looking for someone to do freelance work. He was looking for a drinking buddy. I had no idea at the time, of course, and turned up dressed like I was going for an interview. One of the few times in my life wearing a jacket. First and last time in my life I did such a stupid thing.
What stupid thing? Meeting with a complete stranger in another city?
No, I wore a jacket. That's what was really stupid.
Hey, you were in a jacket all week in the bank.
Very difficult for me. Guy ended up being okay, I guess. Sociable. He didn't get completely drunk. He told me a lot of the history of this place. I remember it clearly. It was meant to be my first year's work order, and well, such is life.
You mentioned the tea here. How do you know about it? You were drinking alcohol with that man, I assume, not tea?
Well, I almost didn't drink. But this was a new client, so I joined him. I wasn't feeling so great afterwards. He noticed my condition and told me about the magic local tea. All my pain vanished after having a cup. So he left the place completely sober, and in the end, he actually had a order for me. He ended up being a very honest and direct client, and paid me very well for my work. Maybe there wasn't something in the tea that made you hallucinate that?
You certainly have an interesting life. Here I am stuck at the bank and can't get out. I'm that overloaded with work that I can't see daylight.
What about catching up with friends? Well, I can't talk. Me being an unsociable computer homebody. You're a girl, though. You must have a bunch of friends.
Yeah, well, not really. Most are only acquaintances. Everyone only cares about themselves, and when they're all together, all they do is stand around boasting of their successes.
I wasn't expecting that.
To be honest, it's not very often that I go out. I just want to go home after work. And it's usually I'm usually too busy on the weekends. I work for almost a week in the cafe. This is my longest cafe marathon.
Oh, turns out that maybe my life isn't so bad after all. At the very least, I get to meet with customers, or at least do some small jobs here and there to cover living expenses. And I regularly get out of the house.
Yeah, still, it's a completely different thing to be sitting in a cafe working instead of just going for fun. This has been nice. You've been telling me all sorts of interesting stories. There's no one bothering us, and we're able to just sit here savoring the world's best tea.
On the way back.
Oh, Vlad, look. What a cute snow meadow. Come on, let's go.
Why? We're almost home.
What do you mean, why? It's cute. Come on.
Well, if you say so. Okay. On the meadow.
In the summer, there'd be mushrooms everywhere. When I was a child, I was very fond of them and used to pick them when taking a walk with my parents in the woods. Sorry, I don't get out much.
I need to get out on the road more often, even in the middle of winter. Winter driving rules. It's not always safe, but like if you're not if it's not too heavy, like you're fine, and you're not dumb about it. You know, take your time if it is falling fast, and you know, have decent tires. Very out of practice with my driving. Hope Sveta hasn't noticed. Uh-huh.
Ooh, there's a bird nest. There's bird nests in the trees. And squirrels. Squirrels!
Uh-huh.
Look how pure white it is. A great plain of snow, untouched by man.
Uh-huh. But it's not a plain, it's a forest.
I don't be a spoil sport. I was tame. It's cool. Yahoo!
Okay.
Oh, in my childhood there was a story about a wondrous forest. You'll never believe it. Listen, it goes like this.
Well, it seems that Sveta is relaxed, finally. Turns out she really does have a lovely smile. Not at all like the one she always has at the bank. This is completely sincere. One coming straight from the heart. There are hundreds of those funny stories from childhood that everyone has, but everyone has ones that are special. Ones that take them back to when they were truly carefree.
What are you doing just standing there with a vulgar smile for? Catch a snowball.
Gonna catch one in the face. Day 8, Monday. Okay, I guess we'll finish the game since it's project completion day. Well, I assume all conditions have been met.
I've changed his voice 4 times this playthrough alone.
Well, you should be aware that we came across a series of issues as we progressed. We couldn't account for these when we started this project. I don't know about this. As you know, everything has been clearly listed in the contract. What does it say about this situation?
It states here the contract will be voided if proof if proof of fault by our party is presented with any claims. Completed work remains property of the bank as compensation for loss of revenue and impact on workplace productivity. But as you can see, clearly see that we've done the best we could. If the volume of work was exactly as what was planned for in the work list, everything would have been completed. How could we know the papers would have so many cross-references?
Why are you even bothering with these excuses? The contract is concluded. It's not my fault you can't properly assess the scope of the work detail. You agreed to a week being enough time to accomplish the task. I didn't force you. Now it's upon you to take responsibility for your decisions. But how can you do this to us? I mean, we've completed the main pages and made sure that we transferred the more important documents to electronic form. And we've completed most of the minor items that we were raised. We just didn't have time to do the support pages. The reference links for those were all over the place. Anyone say this would be an easy job? What is written in the contract? Ensure that all cross links are present and confirmed correct. You said yourself that there are no connections with some auxiliary pages, so this contract hasn't been completed. So in accordance with the paragraph 13.7 of the contract, all development rights and works, complete or in part, are now transferred to the ownership of the bank without cost. I want to remind that the contract was notarized. If you raise a case in court, you will end up with nothing. Any court's ruling will side with the bank.
Contract is dishonest. This way this was written up, contractors don't have any rights. Look at this. Even if there's a case considered an act of God, the contract rules only in favor of the bank.
No one forced you into this. You had the opportunity to review the contract before signing. Too late to change anything. Are you kidding me? We've completed the primary task, and now you're saying you're not willing to pay us for any of it? I think I've been clear enough with my explanation. In my perspective, the decisions I've made are all within my legal rights. Punch him in the face. Please. Really? You should understand our point of view as well. You're being completely unreasonable. Really doesn't matter what you think of me. In the end, it's all about money, isn't it? And right now, I will pay you nothing. That means... Fine, I get it. Would you consider negotiating? That's the question I've been waiting for. After all, it would be profitable to anchor the programmers on my own website. So I have a compromise. The contract hasn't been fulfilled, then let it officially remain so. Unofficially, I will pay 50% of the agreed amount and retain full rights and ownership to completed work. Do you agree?
But...
I could refuse, but I don't really have any other choice, do I? Actually, that's the best I can offer. Okay, I agree. Half is better than nothing, but I will provide support for the product. That's fine, agreed. This envelope has your money. Don't let me keep you any longer. Later, in the bank.
Why did you agree to all that? We did all the work, except for all those issues we couldn't account for. You should have demanded the full amount.
But I've dealt with these types of customers before. We're lucky that he paid anything at all. He would have made even more demands of us if we pushed him.
These types? Come on. You can't be that hard to deal with, surely? Yes, we are paid minimum wage for working here, and it's almost impossible to get a raise, but they always issue our paychecks on time.
For the same reason, really. It's all about the money. He's terribly greedy, but didn't want to let on, or we'd have grounds to sue the bank. Fly Fox, that one.
Yeah, so what should we do now?
What's there to do? I'm going home. I won't be coming back to this bank again.
Oh well, let me help you pack.
Oh, you don't have anything to collect? I don't have anything to collect. I'll just make my way through the bank and say my goodbyes to everyone.
Okay then,
What?
Oh, it's nothing. It's all the best.
Thank you. Hope we keep in touch. An hour later. Hey, that was a lot of goodbyes, or...
Dad, wait up.
Beto, what's up? I would have thought you would have been still catching up on work.
Don't worry about that. You're leaving already?
Yeah, it's about that time, so how can I help you?
Here, Commandant Cactus. Take it, please.
How come? He's yours now. Your lucky charm that will protect you.
Of course he is. Just, please keep it at your house for a while. I'll have a lot to do at work for the next few weeks, so I won't be getting home until late at night. I'm not sure I can look after it very well. Once I've dealt with everything here, I'll take back the cactus and take good care of it. Please, will you take it?
Okay. Just don't forget to come by and pick it up.
Sure.
After a few days. Ooh, it's finally over. I can probably catch up on some sleep. No more pressure. Kick back and relax. I wonder how Sveta's doing. A few more days pass. The head of dumplings obviously isn't agreeing with me. Back at the bank, they all kept feeding me. There's always someone treating me with a bun, a candy bar, or something to drink. Sveta even brought in some homemade soup for me once. I hate soup. Hers was really delicious. Someone brought me soup. I hated it. What a dick. The week passes. Man, I haven't cleaned up my hard drive for ages. So much trash in here. No wonder it's running slow. Better get this fixed right now. Oh, the cactus is there. That's cute. Don't you agree, Commandant? Nice to know that you're always here to support me. Almost like Sveta. After a few days. Oh, Sveta. Hello. How are you?
I quit my job.
Yeah! What? Why?
Kind of Providence, maybe? Once I really saw what kind of person my boss was, looked at my friends at this bank for advice, they all just walked away. All completely self-absorbed, looking out. Oh, that's right. I forgot they went out on the first day. Like her and the coworkers. So you got to see that they were trash. I forgot about that part. All completely self-absorbed, looking out only for themselves and trying to take advantage of everyone else. If I stayed at the bank, I'd soon end up just like them.
Oh, that's a bold step.
Oh, is she happy now? Good. Meaning to say this for a while, Vlad. Thank you so much for everything. We've been through a lot, both frustrating and fun, in such a short time. And then there was everything at the bank threw at us, and the end of all of it. Only you know what? It was all worth it. I've learned to enjoy life again. Our trip opened my eyes to a lot of things. That 1 week working with you was like a breath of fresh air in a realm of hollow sadness. It was all thanks to you that I could smile with my heart, all my heart and soul again.
Really? But I didn't do anything. But I'm really happy for you, Sveta. After all, it was you who told me we need to move forward and do something with our lives, and look at you now. By the way, Commandant Cactus has grown very green for some reason.
Turned green? I'm Vlad, are you feeling okay? This is a cactus. It should be green.
Green as in he's been feeling unwell lately. All the work she's been doing lately, his mom seems to have completely forgotten about him. Maybe you could check on him this evening? I'll have tea ready with chocolate.
Oh, so this is how it is then. Let me think. Milk chocolate?
Of course. For you, Svetlana, only the best.
You know, Mr. Wizard, I think you've talked me into it.
Yay! The idea and realization. Hrabov Dream. Dexperix. Cool. Oh! I might have to check out that website. See what else they've done. Oh, what I did want to. I was just saying I like the soundtrack. I'll check that one out too. Okay. Check all the things. Proof readers did pretty good. I saw a couple things in there, but I love how even the employees are like featured. Also, I like that they didn't like just go in for a like a romantic ending. Like they could just be friends. Okay, it's just all the cutscene ones. Oh, and there's actually a sound check. That's cool. Awesome. Okay then.